I want to thank each organization represented for coming today. As voiced here by my fellow grassroots leaders, Peter Schiff embodies many of the principles of the Tea Party movement. We are blessed to have him in Connecticut, and we are proud to support him. We ask the delegates to the Republican Party convention this weekend to join us in backing Peter Schiff. Now, on behalf of the Connecticut Grassroots Alliance, I thank you, Peter, for stepping up to run to represent us in the United States Senate, and I formally extend our endorsement to you as our United States Senator.
Let me just say a few quick words. I want to thank all of the grassroots organizations who have supported my candidacy and all the representatives here who have said such kind things about me in my campaign. And you guys make a lot of really good points. And, you know, if I had any doubts that I did the right thing by entering this Senate race, after listening to your kind words, I don't have those doubts anymore.
But I'm convinced that I can energize people. So look at how much money they just raised in Boston, you know, in Massachusetts in the last week. Look how much money Brown raised. Right? Money will come once my fan base and people around the world see me moving up in the polls, or if I do get the nomination, it's going to energize people all around the country. I have a lot of fans that know me because of my economic predictions, because of my TV, because of my books. They will donate. I have no doubt in my mind that I will energize the Republican Party, again, because they have a candidate they can believe in, that is sincere in his principles, and isn't going to abandon those principles the minute I get elected. I think there are a lot of people that are going to give me money. I think I will have no problem raising money. But more important than that, I have one thing that none of my competitors can buy, or that Blumenthal won't be able to buy, and that's volunteers. I'm going to have thousands of them. Not only here in Connecticut, but working all around the country. They're already there. I got young people, high school and college kids from all around the world that want to come here and work on a campaign. And I energize young people. Most of my fans out there are young. They're not even potential investors. They're not, you know, they can't be clients. They don't have any money yet. But they believe in my principles. They believe in free enterprise and the Constitution. They've been attracted to either whether it was Ron Paul or the Tea Parties, but they're motivated and they're energized, and they'll work for me because they believe in me. You can't buy that. You know, sure, other people can have a lot of money and they can pay people to work, but they're not going to have the passion and the enthusiasm as my volunteers, and they couldn't pay enough people. No one has enough money to equal the volunteers that I'm going to have, and that's going to be important in a real grassroots campaign. And I think that's how we win this thing. I think if I can run against Blumenthal, what do you got? You've got a non-politician, businessman, entrepreneur with economic background against a lawyer, a politician lawyer. I mean, nobody likes politicians, no one likes lawyers, and he's both. Not me. I want to hold these guys accountable. You know, they just had hearings in Washington to try to figure out why there was a financial crisis. Now, I called them, I sent letters, I wanted to testify. After all, I'm the guy that predicted it. You know, why not ask me why there was a financial crisis? The reason they didn't want me there is, A, they don't want the truth. But they don't want somebody sitting there pointing their finger directly at Congress and say, you're the reason why, and here it is. You know, and blaming the Federal Reserve and blaming our elected leaders. So I want to go to Washington and hold them accountable for the mess this country is in, and see if they're up to the challenge of making amends and doing what's right for a change, and not take a poll, and not worry if doing the right thing means that they don't get reelected. Because you know what? It's not that bad in the private sector. You know, it's not that bad to have to work for a living. So it wouldn't be that bad if some of our elected officials had to give it a try. It's important that I win. You know, it's not as, you know, look, I'm going to be fine, right? I mean, my own goal, my money, I have my money abroad. I'm not going to get wiped out in this financial crisis. But most Americans will. And, you know, I think it's, this could be a great country. It was a great country. We were founded on great principles. I don't want to see that collapse. You know, I don't like the fact that I have to tell my clients that if you want to have a good return, you got to send your money abroad. Why can't we invest it here? Why country that are undermining the productivity and the competitiveness of our businesses. We can change that. And I think it's an important message. And don't, underestimate the Republican Party in Connecticut. I think they can see that I'm genuine, that I'm committed to doing the right things. And I'm sure there's a lot of frustrated Republicans, just like me, that are tired of holding their nose and voting for the lesser of two evils. And finding a Republican, it's no different for them. I can't get the support, but if I can always get it from the voters, right? We can have a primary. Well, you know what? I never thought it was going to be easy, but I think the country's worth fighting